Hello and welcome to the vlog. It's about 12, or no, 1 in the afternoon. Got up around lunchtime today. Just got out of the shower, so I still gotta fix my hair, get a tie on. Anyways, as you can hear in the background, I am listening to a podcast, and I gotta finish up with the whole office project today, or the whole office cleanup, anyways, yeah, I just woke up, still need my cup of coffee. Anyways, welcome to the vlog. Lunch. Just a basic ham and cheese sandwich and macaroni and cheese. Hello guys, so I'm now much more awake several minutes later. My coffee's still brewing. However, I had lunch early. Like I said, my mom actually took half day off today, so she brought home some lunch, as you saw earlier. And now I just exported another vlog. I'm going to be editing 2 vlogs today and getting those uploaded. Got my tie on. I'm actually wearing, this is a knitwear tie, if you guys haven't seen these. These ones, usually people like who see these ties, if they don't normally wear suits or ties, then they've never really seen these ones before, because they're not your common tie with a triangle kind of base end. It's more squared off, as you can see, just squared all the way down. And it's made from like a knitted material. Really nice for the winter time, or just in general, just kind of stand out and have something different here. This one is actually from Uniqlo, so I got it for really, like, it was ridiculous. They're selling ties for like $4 or $5 each, and I got a couple of these knitwear ties. They come in two-tone kind of colors. The inside is gray, and this is a navy blue. So yeah, I really love Uniqlo. Uniqlo is huge in Japan, obviously, and then it's branched out to the States. I talked about in the past. Really nice quality of clothing and very affordable. And I believe he's like the richest in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. The last time I checked, like the guy who he owns Fast Retailing is a company that owns Uniqlo, and Fast Retailing is actually in the looks to buy a lot of different companies. I think last time I saw it was in the looks to buy J. Crew, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, so off to a good start of the morning / afternoon. I'm gonna get some vlogs edited, see what work I got to do today in terms of videos for clients, and then onwards with the office, kind of sprucing up, and yeah. So as you can see here, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've been sitting here answering email for the last hour, sending out some emails to clients, and I'm about to start on some videos. I'm just about to clear the desktop and everything. This is more of my personal monitor. I usually have things like YouTube videos or movies if I'm watching anything right now. I have iTunes open there with Tumblr, which is actually a big distraction. I'm using the Gmail interface right now. Usually I use mail.app, but I'm looking for an alternative just because it has some issues running with it right now. I really like it, but there is some issues every now and then with the OS 10 Mavericks update, like the mail not getting pushed properly. So right now I'm using the Gmail interface, which isn't bad. A lot of people like it, but I prefer to have a desktop app that I can have open and separate from my browsing experience. So right now I'm just answering emails through there, and I have some other stuff open. You can see my desktop is a total mess, all these files over it and stuff like that. Anyways, with that, I got a lot of videos now that I gotta get recording, so I'm gonna clear everything off here, probably tidy up the desktop as I do before every video, and then get ready to shoot here. Got the suspenders on because these, what do you call it, these dress pants, trousers, are just a little bit too long. Like they're coming down like right under my heels. I should have gotten hemmed better. You can't really see, but the suspenders help pull up the pants just that little bit so that I'm not stepping on them or anything. Anyways, I really like suspenders. These are like my first pair I actually got, and these are just like a cheap pair. But they have all sorts of ones with like patterns and designs, and you can match them up with your outfits, and I think they look pretty good. And obviously this replaces the need for a belt, so you go a little bit too over the top if you wear the belt and suspenders. So just got done with a couple of videos, a lot of work. I'm enjoying my dinner, some spam, rice, and fish, and a movie. So I'm watching Now You See Me. I've already watched it before, but I really liked it, and I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm gonna rewatch it as I enjoy my dinner here. So it's currently 2:30 a.m. I'm waking up from my like 3.5 hour nap, 2 hour nap actually, as you can tell. And that being said, I've just been laying here for, like, I've been laying here since like 11:30, listening to a podcast for about an hour, and then passed out for another 2 hours, and have just been really, I like to separate obviously every now and then from the work and just kind of relax and lay down. And yeah, so I picked a podcast, decided to lay down because I've been tired, I've been working all day. And after the podcast, I pretty much just fell asleep. Or I fell asleep in the middle of the podcast, pretty much. And I just literally got up like 30 seconds ago. So, Yeah, I'm listening to a podcast called Beyond the To-Do List. It's a really, really good one about productivity and all that stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to like, lay down. I imagine like one big part of my work is I sit for most of the day, so ergonomically and all that, physically, not the best for your body. So it gets tiring, you get fatigued. So it's good every now and then to practice RSI um, techniques. Stand up every now and then, do stretches, look at a wall. And I'm not too good at that because I get carried away sometimes doing stuff. But there's a lot of good apps for that, and as of right now, I'm probably gonna finish listening to that podcast. I have my MacBook Air here, so I kind of just lounge around. It's like my one opportunity to be lazy. I never really, how you always see that like the common teenager thing now is like laptop in the bed and or just laptop in general. I was never really nomadic when it comes to technology. I was very desktop based since the early days and sitting at a desk because I've always liked the idea of a desk, and I still do, obviously. But it's my one time to be lazy and just kind of lay down and use a laptop, scroll through Tumblr, and not have to worry about work and all of that while I'm in this room anyway. Obviously, I'm back at the office, and one quick thing I wanted to do before I ended the vlog, since I was going to come back here, not so much work, but I wanted to finish cleaning up and sorting out what I was last doing before I walked over to the other room. And one thing to mention, you'll notice when I take a nap or when I take a nap and when I sleep, I have those two very distinctly set. If you notice in the last clip, my light was on, and one thing I do from taking a nap is I leave the light on. Like if I know I'm going to sleep for a couple hours, I leave the overhead light on because something with me, I cannot sleep with like a source of light like this. I can't sleep with that on. I can fall asleep for a couple hours, but I can't sleep throughout the whole night. I'll always wake up, even if it's just to get up and turn the light on. I have to get up and physically turn it off, just because it's something it always bothers me. And if you know, fun fact, the darker it is, the easier it is for the mind to sleep, or it's easier for you to fall asleep because even when our eyes are closed, we perceive light still. And I remember when this used to be my room, I had all sorts of LEDs going off and stuff. Back when I had all these different gadgets on my desk, and I would still perceive it. The blinking unconsciously. You could just see it, and it would be really annoying, and to be harder to sleep that way. Some people it doesn't bother them, but for me it does. So even 10 times more when a light like this is left on, and I'm like staring up at the ceiling when I sleep. So yeah, just a little fun fact. After this, I'm just gonna go head off to sleep and call it a day. Okay, so progress, nothing completely near or nothing close to completely done at all. Tons of stuff that still needs to be done. Just kind of going through it real quick. Over here, I got all the clothes and folded them. The rest of the clothes, folded them all over here, sitting in this office chair. Tomorrow, I'm gonna make room in my other closet and drawers, and transition those to the other room here. Jackets, cardigans are all over here, along with my dress shirts and some of my suits. The rest of my suits are being dry cleaned. So everything's hanging up there waiting. All of this stuff is just literally waiting to go to the other room. Over here, still have a ton of stuff piled. This is everything that's pulled out of this closet. I'm not putting anything in here until they refurnish the wood. So I can't put anything in there until they refurnish the wood. So all this stuff is pretty much going to be tossed out. There's printers, some laptop bags like that. That's an important, it's an expensive laptop bag. That's going to be kept, of course. Right here is all my expensive stuff. So this is when I went to Tokyo, my luxury haul. This is a Louis Vuitton bag. All my expensive stuff and just stuff I have in this room, like my watch boxes. I wanted to keep them all in one place so that I can kind of organize this later in the other room. So all this stuff is going to be going into the other room. Basically, it's like boxes of ties and watches, and I like to keep stuff like that just because I like the packaging and not that, just because, especially the watches, they have a lot of accessories and stuff I like to keep ever in case I need it. Other than that, all this stuff is probably going to, again, get thrown away, especially a lot of this stuff right here. So all the clothes are off. Like I said, right now it's just mainly my accessories. And to be honest, while I like how it looks here, all of this stuff needs to be moved, again, into the other room. This is just accessories, outfits. Our outfits, accessories, pretty much. So watches, 3 watch cases, bracelets, rings, watch accessories, other straps, my wallets and coin pouches, my Ray-Bans and other, sunglasses, cologne, all that good stuff. So all of this needs to be moved into the other room because, again, I really see no place for it here in the office where I'm going to be working mainly. Moving on to the main desk here, you can see I have set up this triple monitor from over here, which is still a mess, has all my belts and stuff. Again, this still needs to be taken care of. But desk-wise, all of this is cleaned off. The third monitor is just here right now. It's not even hooked up. I just moved it over here because it was sitting in here with no purpose. And I want to probably, give it some use, if anything. So I'm going to find out what I'm going to do with that, whether or not I'm going to hook it up to my iMac, have it as a third monitor. The only issue being, I like the idea of a third monitor, but when I'm sitting at my desk here, this is my field of view. You're seeing what I see when I sit down. So to do that, I have to kind of turn, and I don't really, not that I mean that sounds really lazy, but the fact is it's unergonomic if you have to kind of turn your neck just to kind of view stuff all the way on the far right. I'd much rather have a like on top or right here, possibly right here if I can get it. There's a windowsill back there, so maybe if I can stack something and have the monitor, I've done that before. That's a little bit better, even though you kind of have to turn up. It's still at least within the field of view of everything else. The only issue with L-shaped desks is this is all far to the right, and I can't really like scoot to the right because you have this, of course, because it's an L-shaped desk. I'd prefer a longer desk where I'm more centered. That way the span of the monitors is easier. Like right now, these 227s have to be really slanted in to even fit on this one partition right here. So yeah, definitely not something I considered when I picked up this desk at first. I mean, I like the L-shaped desk and I like the glass, but there's a lot of downsides to it. And especially when you have a lot of monitors, ergonomic-wise, it's probably smarter to have a longer surface width-wise and width and length-wise, of course, to view it at a more flatter and all-in-one angle. Anyways, that said, here is my old iMac, the 2011-inch, which is fast as hell with the SSD thrown into it. It has that Samsung Evo SSD, which I wish I can throw in my main iMac, my 2013 edition, but right now it's just too much of a pain until I order the proper tools to take that apart. But right now, like I said, I'm planning on throwing Windows on this just because I need to do some Windows-based stuff, and it's my one main gaming machine, and it actually does really, really well. Bose speaker set up on it, Bose noise-canceling headphones on that, the Razer keyboard, the Logitech gaming mouse, just a basic one, and a Japanese gaming mouse pad that I picked up when I was in Tokyo. Stack of hard drives over there that I need to rip data off of. Organizers that need to be organized, ties that are on a tie organizer that rotates, but I have so many ties now that it won't rotate. And this whole thing right here is going to be moved into the other room anyway. Anyways, this is my cheat corner. This is just a pile of junk that I need to sift through over the next couple of days to really just get rid of, see what I need, see what I don't need. There's tons of wires in there, and you know how you have all sorts of power adapters for your gadgets. That's like my geek's haven. Every geek has that box of wires. There's 3 of them there, 1, 2, and then a big tub down below. So yeah, this all definitely needs to be taken care of. Mini fridge right here, took everything off of that, have this sitting on top of it, just an organizer. And like I said, this, So anyways, progress, not done at all, and everything just kind of turned out. That was weird. But I like the way it looks. The desk look when you walk in, very, very nice. Just needs to be organized. Wires need to be organized for sure. Still have a monitor right there that works perfectly fine, but I'm trying to get rid of that. Probably sell it to a friend or something. Anyways, I know this is a little bit long way to end the vlog, but you get a mini setup tour and progress of me starting to tear apart my office again. Anyways, guys, that being said, it's 3:30 in the morning or something like that. I'm going to pick all this up tomorrow and over this week, and you'll see eventually, once it's all said and done, a full-on office tour.